How's it going, everyone? Cable here with another Army video. I'm going to try some close-ups. I'm trying a new camera thing here on the iPad, so we'll see how we go. Alright, I've been doing a lot more video game Let's Plays lately, but I'll plan to do some more modelling and whatnot as well as retake some of the initial videos I've done with my modelling. So far I've done my Elysian Drop Troopers, my Death Guard, and I've done one with Tyranids as well, so I'm hoping to reshoot that as well. Anyway, here we go. So as you can see here, we've got Drago. This is the metal miniature before they decided to release the fine cast. We've got a bit of chipping on the back there, unfortunately. I've also magnetised the banner because I'm sick of them breaking and coming off and that sort of stuff. I try to do that with a lot of my stuff. But yeah, not too bad. I've got a sort of a bit of a bluish hue with how I do my Grey Knights. The list I run was kind of just a real quick thought one. It's not really it's not really tactically sound, I suppose. It's just some paladins and purifiers with Drago and Crow. Those special characters kind of make both of these troop choices. So you've got paladins, one squad of paladins with an apothecary. Very overpriced. Not many models, but yeah, we've got a redeemer in the background there, which I haven't really much used. But that's a Forge World conversion kit. I sort of made my own little melter up the back there. Alright. Some close-ups of these paladins. There's the apothecary. Just forgive my focus. I've got to just sort of autofocus. Well, not autofocus. I've got to tap the model basically so the camera focuses. It's doing alright. Best I can afford at the moment. I'm just trying to orientate where my fingers and hands are in comparison to where the camera lens is actually looking. So, I like these models. I plan on doing some more, but you know, time. Right, here, moving along, we've got my Nemesis Dreadnought. Just try and get the camera nice and steady for you. There we go. Now, unfortunately, when I've built this, I've made the weapons so I can take them off. But as a consequence, I've kind of got to adjust these arms here because it's sort of come off a little bit. Oh god, you can't see anything with my great big bloody hand in the way. And same there, so that's a bit loose. Also, I've made the model separatable so that basically for transport, you can sort of turn around and all that sort of thing. Pretty cool. Very closely here. Not too bad a model. In terms of like, not what I've done with it, but just the model itself. I don't mind it. I'd like it more if like this was maybe enclosed over rather than just a bloke sitting there in Terminator armor. Yeah, I don't know. Just something doesn't quite ring true with it. Like, I mean, if he turned too far, would he like tear him in half? You know, yeah, I don't know. I've seen some really good conversions out there. But yeah. Right. Moving along now. This is my Dreadnought. I sort of made the flamer. It's a twin-link flamer. I've made that out of a plasma cannon an incinerator, and just a few other little bunch of bits and whatnot, so to give it a nice look that it's different to other flamers, I guess. So I run this Dread with basically 2 flamers with the Psyflame stuff, so the heavy flamer and then the twin linked heavy flamer. And you'll see it a bit later, but he basically totes around with the Storm Raven gunship. Storm Raven? Yeah, it's called a Storm Raven. I mixed the Storm Raven and the Storm Talons up. Right, and next is my Librarian. I don't mind this model. This one is fine cast. One thing I didn't like about it is quite a bit. I've changed the positioning in the case that I've got it in, but the staff, it would bend like just, oh geez, at room temperature, sitting in its box with just a slight bit of pressure on it. This bit here at the hilt, hilt or base of the staff, it would like wrap around like his butt. Yeah, which is not very ideal at all. I'm still not quite sold with this fine cast stuff. It seems the models I've had have been very hit and miss. The detail is quite nice. The price here in Australia though is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, maybe we put it in the centre of the screen, eh? I'd like to get a better light in here. Alright, now, next we've got Purifiers with Crow at the front there. Now that's a metal miniature. Again, I got it Crow and Drago before they went to fine cast only, and I'm glad I did. And I'll give you an example. You'll notice the top of the flag banner, it's actually broken off, and also there's a slight chip to the sword there. Now what happened is, oh geez, I didn't even notice there's a bigger one there. Now what happened during one of my games, I dropped the Codex. I dropped the Codex, the Grey Knight Codex, on him, and it landed on the top, and it bent the sword, and bent the top of that, and then when I tried to bend it back up, it broke off. Now if that was fine cast, oh man, I think it would have just absolutely shattered it. Let's try and get this in the centre for you. Oh god, sorry about that paint chip, my goodness. Well, I am not perfect, and I don't pretend to be a professional, because I'm not. I'm just a hobby enthusiast that I thought he might share with the rest of the interested community. Oh god, sorry, my hand's a bit shaky. Bit different to the just, you know, silver metal coloured Grey Knights, I suppose, with the bluish sort of hues I've got. Alright, now we've got these here. I'm actually missing one. I think my son has taken taken one of my little minis. I did have 10. Now this guy is actually just made, hang on, let me focus that for you. Alright, so he's made out of some Terminator legs, a upper torso, Justicar head. We've got a backpack. It's actually made out of green stuff, because for some reason my kit didn't come with the back plate, but that was okay. Use this stuff called Instant Mold, and mold a fresh back plate. Not too bad. It looks a bit bigger, so works well as a Justicar. Got a bloke here with the Nemesis staff. Not too bad. And I like this guy, but I've had mixed opinions. One of them, which I think is hilarious, I've tried to go to put a little bit of painted cotton wool just finely with a bit of PVA over the Thunder Hammer. I've seen a few pictures of, you know, crackling energy coming off it. Now, it kind of looks good. I see what I was after, although I've heard it kind of looks like a Smurf spunked all over it. But, you know, that's how the Grey Knights roll. We fight with Smurf spunk. Doing well. Whoa. Yeah, hammer time. Alright, we've got the Storm Talon here in the background. I've recently changed the top guns over, so that's why the las cannons up there are not quite. I haven't had a chance to finish that. And honestly, my Grey Knights have been on the back burner. A little targeting array inside there. And then lastly, my favourite little assassin, which I actually painted in the 6th grade, so it's going to look a lot different to the other miniatures here. An Eversaw. Teaching a lesson here that this guy here, that's not how you get ahead in life. Lol. Anyway, a mean son of a bitch. Alright guys, that's my Grey Knights. I'll be back with a few other army vids, hopefully sooner than later. And let me know what you think.